3 Myanmaris injured in midnight raid by Myanmar police at Tammu town in Myanmar reached Imphal for treatment. And India logs 59,118 new COVID-19 cases in 24 hours, rising daily above 1,18,14,000. Recovery rate stands at 95.09%. Hello and welcome to Impact News, watching Afternoon News. I'm KANGUJAM SHELLYRA. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the news in details. 3 Myanmaris who sustained injuries in the midnight raid carried out by Myanmar police at Tammu town in Myanmar are undergoing treatment at Janims and Rims Hospital in Imphal. They were given first aid in More Hospital this morning. Impact News sources said that Myanmar police under military junta carried out the raid last midnight at Tammu market to check for any pro-democracy protesters. Many Tammu residents sustained injuries after Myanmar army indiscriminately fired rubber bullets and live rounds on the public. 3 among the injured persons managed to sneak out of the country early this morning, where they were received by members of Hills Travel Council More and other civil society organizations at the border town. The injured persons were rushed at Sub-Divisional Hospital More for where they got first aid. They were then brought to Imphal. Meanwhile, 8 Myanmaris, including women who sneaked into Govazang village last midnight, were pushed back by the More police. Dissatisfied residents of 7 villages affected by Mapitel Dam Thawal multipurpose project have banned entry of officials of Water Resources Department and other relevant agencies at the project site for failing to compensate them. Members of Joint Action Committee Against Forced Construction of Mapitel Dam and Mapitel Dam Affected Headman, Chief and Elders Organization held a meeting in this regard yesterday and took the decision. The same was disclosed by Sikibung village headman and JAC member Wingring Khong Kasar to media person at Manipur Press Club today. He said government has failed to compensate the affected residents of Sikibung village, Thawaikuki village, Silozant, Risongfung village, Island village, Thangsingpokpi village and S. Bongjang village till date. He said they discussed in depth about the government's failure to provide economic rehabilitation package during the meeting. He added that they discussed about the assurance given by the government in response to the memorandum requesting economic rehabilitation package, which was submitted by dam-affected headmen, chiefs and elder organizations on December 4 last year. Wungring Khangkasar said that they have come to the conclusion that pending of the economic rehabilitation package at district administration is breaching of the memorandum of the understanding, hence entry of the relevant department officials at the project site is prohibited. He also warned of the intense agitation, including Imphal Ukhrul Kamjong Road blockade.
Ngasi phawba materialize tawdabnina maram oidna aduga ekhoigi manung sidusu kharama budi pikhre lem hawriba pending oiba unapproved oiriba khuncha tret se ngasi phawba government na thawaidadna leiriba makhei se yengaga ekhoigi agreement da yana khiba matungina tawbiyo haina memorandum ultimatum serve tawrusu ngasi phawba sarkar na thawsabidadna leiriba maram sina ngasi dagi dam site ta thawbal multipurpose project site sida concerned department oige oisunu contractor organization labor organization loin makseng sidagi with effect from today ekoina sida changba yaroi habase thingre athingba lauthokibasida moina amuka thausabidradi sibu henna khongjang se changsin lakani.
Hearing aids were distributed on the last day of diagnostic hearing aid fitment camp, which concluded as SFED Moirang today. Spastic Society Manipur, Ali Yuvarjung, National Institute of Speech and Hearing Disabilities, Regional Center Kolkata and Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, organized the event at the campus of Spastic Society Manipur. Farmers of the state have expressed apprehension over the spread of an idiopathic disease in cattle at Wangudera area in Kakching district. The disease has reportedly affected many cattle and some have even succumbed to it. Speaking to media, a local named El Deben noted that many cattle in the area have died in the past week after suffering from unexplained diarrhea and frothing. He urged the state veterinary department to send experts team to look into the matter at the earliest.
나도나 혹시 이돌 파이바 거기 이야오바 아두금바 아무슨 강옥드나 마사지 속 들어가 허것방 암다바 지금바 마야마시 거의 살로저리바 롱미 신미야 거의 마요나도나 혹시 레라바니 거기 람마시다디 파트 지금바 베터나리기 마리 레나바 doctor 싱수 레저데 마라마도나 각싱 디스트릭기 마능다 레비바 베터나리기 doctor 팀 싱락피도나 투바다 거기 아시금바 레나 아시다기 공나나바 토랑싱 바이컷 비라바디 아메디 सरकार기 마이케이다기 잡사나 지금바 토랑아시 로컷 비라가디 사살로저리바 롱미 신미야 거기가 야는 누아이자가
Three-member team of Press Council of India, namely PCI convener Jay Sankar and members Kamal Narang and Pradeep Kumar Jain, called on Information and Public Relations Minister Thongam Biswajit at his official quarter in Southern Thong today. During the meeting, the PCI team made some suggestions to strengthen the media fraternity in the state. The PCI team also called on Director General of Police of Manipur, LM Kaute, at police headquarters and interacted with members of all Manipur Working Journalist Union Editors Guilds Manipur and Manipur Hill Journalist Union at the Directorate of Information and Public Relations Director Office earlier on March 24. President of Republican Party of India Atwale Manipur State Unit Thonawjam Maheshwar has called on BJP National President JP Nadda and discussed about the upcoming 2022 State Assembly elections. RPI Atwale National President Ramdas Atwale was also present in the meeting held at JP Nadda's residence in New Delhi yesterday. TH Birchandra Singh Football Academy TBSFA Tabungkok has condoled the sudden demise of Thoksom Hitler today. Hitler was a permanent patrol member of the academy and had contributed towards promotion of the youth-faced football. He also served as CID Crime Branch Manipur. Youth Welfare Club Malom and Red Cross Society Imphal West Branch jointly launched No Mask, No SOP, No Entry campaign at Malom Market today. Taking part in the event, Chairman of the Youth Welfare Club, Malom K. Ranjit expressed apprehension over the outbreak of second wave of COVID-19 pandemic in some states of India. He urged the public to wear masks when stepping outside and especially in crowded areas, and also appealed to the government to raise awareness. Masks were distributed to passerby on the occasion.
No marks, no SOP, no entry habigi campaign lam akoina COVID-19 na nong we henkale besidat masi awareness ama am thur pihok do ba ade hadna madugi campaign do ko ni chatha jabani koi dukan la iba ATM da changai ba khudi moksi koina marks pina ba ko ne free of cost marks si ko ni yentok jabani ni yentok sai ko club asina sinjeraga marks asi akuna mayam da ko yentok jabani sarkar da ki mate am ta phang lete sarkar da koi leiriba marks khudi moksi jo koi tungda koi ni chatha gadobani na masi koi club Sida Karigo Markra, Aluga, Sinabiradi, Kuman Sinabiradi, Lakadriba, Virus Asidagi, Topangamba, Amkana, Indian Red Cross Society, and YWC Club Nahonaja.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Panthoibi Construction Private Limited, developing tomorrow presents Panthoibi Green Homes, a destination of luxury living, equipped with modern amenities. Launching on 12th of April 2021. Pre-register starts from 1st of March to get special discount. Panthoibi Green Homes. For more details, kindly contact Panthoibi Construction Private Limited, Uripok Taurang Bamlaikai, Imphal.
Panthoibi Construction Private Limited na miyam gidamak G+2 dagi G+6 ta upgrade tawkraba residential project amakak launch tawzai. Apun sembam ki 10% amok down payment pibiraga lemoriba 90% aduna chahida 6.99% ki changda thagi installment basis ta thibirak payagan. Ngasi malengsim biro Panthoibi Construction Private Limited, a sister company of Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited, Torombam Lekai.
Welcome back after the break, watching Afternoon News. India has recorded a single-day spike of 59,118 new cases of COVID-19, taking the country's daily to 1,18,46,652 in the last 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, there are 4,21,066 active cases of COVID-19 in the country. Death toll has reached 1,60,949 with 257 new COVID-19 fatalities. On the positive note, 32,987 people were discharged in the past 24 hours, rising the recovered cases to 1,12,64,637. India's recovery rate has further declined to 95.09%. Maharashtra has the highest active cases of above 2,64,000, followed by Kerala with above 2,46,000 in the country. Over 5,55,04,000 people have been vaccinated against coronavirus in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 12,61,18,000 people, above 2,7,68,200 people have died, and recoveries are above 10,17,53,500. USA has the highest active cases of above 70,18,000 in the world. China, from where the pandemic started, has only 163 active cases of COVID-19. In the northeast region of India, Arunachal Pradesh ranks lowest with just one active COVID-19 case, while the pole-bound state of Assam ranks the highest with 1,736 active cases, followed by Manipur with 57 active cases, 44 in Tripura and 40 in Sikkim. There are 24 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 23 in Meghalaya and 4 in Nagaland. Campaigning for the first phase of polls in Assam concluded last evening, and voting will be held tomorrow for 47 assembly constituencies. People will exercise their right to franchise in more than 11,530 polling booths spread across the state in the first phase. The concerned district administration has set up all necessary poll-related structures, and polling personnel started journey to their designated polling stations. Meanwhile, police has also intensified patrolling and checking in various places to avoid any untoward situation. Assam Assembly elections will have 3 phases, and the counting will be held on 2nd May. Chief Electoral Officer Nitin Gate said that a total of 264 candidates, including 23 women, are in fray in the first phase. The CEO mentioned that all COVID-related protocols would be followed during the voting process. He mentioned that cash and liquor of around 80 crore rupees were seized by various agencies in Assam so far. 50% polling stations will be covered through a webcasting system. Similarly, polling will also take place in 30 assembly constituencies of 5 districts of the West Bengal tomorrow in the first phase. These districts are East Medinipur, West Medinipur, Purulia, Garigram and Bankura. The Election Commission has deployed a large number of paramilitary forces to ensure a peaceful and fearless environment for the polling. Meanwhile, senior leaders of BJP, Trinamool Congress and Shantyukta Morcha have shifted their election campaign in those constituencies where polling will take place in the 2nd and 3rd phase. Expressing support to the Bharat Bandh called by Farmers Union today against the 3 agricultural laws, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi said that India's history shows that Satyagraha ends atrocities, injustice and arrogance. He asserted that the movement should be in national interest and peaceful. Protesting Farmers Union have called for a complete Bharat Bandh from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. today, as their agitation against the farm laws marks 4 months. It may be mentioned that hundreds of farmers have been camping at Delhi's border point at Ghazipur, Singhu and Tikri since November last year, demanding that the centre has to repeal the 3 contentious farm laws. Enacted in September last year, the 3 farm laws have been presented by the centre as major reforms in the agriculture sector that will remove middlemen and allow farmers to sell their produce anywhere in the country. The protesting farmers have expressed apprehension that the new laws would have paved the way for eliminating the safety cushion of the minimum support price and do away with the mandi wholesale market system, leaving them at the mercy of big corporates. Chief Justice of India, Justice S.A. Borde, has recommended the Union government to appoint the senior-most Supreme Court Judge Justice N.B. Ramana as the next Chief Justice of India. Chief Justice Borde is set to retire on April 23. He was sworn in as the 47th Chief Justice of India in November 2019. Traditionally, the sitting Chief Justice writes a recommendation for his likely successor. The Supreme Court yesterday dismissed the complaint of the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Mohan Reddy against a senior top court judge after giving it due consideration. It said, however, that all the matters dealt with under the in-house procedure being strictly confidential in nature and are not liable to be made public. On October 6, in an unprecedented move, Y.S. Reddy wrote a letter to Chief Justice of India, S.A. Borde, alleging that a senior Supreme Court judge has been influencing the sittings of the Andhra Pradesh High Court and acting in the interest of Telugu Desam Party. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday at 11 a.m. It will be the 75th episode of the monthly radio program. Regional language version will be repeated at 8 in the evening. Now the sports news. Chennai City and Aizawl FC have beat their opponents in the Group B play-off match of the ongoing 14th I-League. Kolkata is hosting the league under the aegis of the All India Football Federation since January 9th. In yesterday's match played at Kishore Bharati Kirangan Stadium, Chennai City FC defeated Neroka FC 2-1. For the winners, Demirt Evtik and Iqbal Hussain scored 1 goal each at 24th and 90 plus 4 minutes of the match. With the defeat, Neroka FC is out of the ongoing I-League. While in yesterday's another second leg match, Aizawl FC defeated Sudeva Delhi 2-1 at Kalyani Stadium. For the winners, Balte, Rohin Mantanga and Brandij scored 1 goal each at 90th and 90 plus 6 minutes of the match. While in yesterday's Group A championship match, Real Kashmir beat Mohammedan SC 2-1 at Kalyani Stadium. For the winners, Dennis Farooq Bhatt and Mason Robertson scored 1 goal each at 33rd and 50th minute. Petro Manzi netted the lone goal for Mohammedan SC at 72nd minute. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. 3 Myanmaris injured in midnight raid by Myanmar police at Tamu town in Myanmar reach Imphal for treatment. And India logs 59,118 new COVID-19 cases in 24 hours, rising daily above 1,18,46,000. Recovery rate stands at 95.09%. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. For more news, you can follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.
Chartered Accountancy